morning, everyone. This is our sailed4seas Talk 7. Today we try to figure out the mental game of the captain when he was outbound from the Singapore port. We can see what was expecting ahead. Once the pilot disembarked, the vessel will have to cross the traffic lane, and so as we can go into eastbound. So what happened? We will have to crossing the westbound traffic lane at the first, then alter course to port side to join the eastbound vessel's convoy. So this is a very difficult maneuvering because all the vessel and the landscape was very nearing the pilot station. So what will you do if you are master? I think everyone will take a caution and slow down the vessel and find the gap to transit the traffic scheme. But remember, the time now is closing to midnight. Everybody is tired, and the master maybe want to shorten the maneuvering time, make everybody rest as soon as possible. So once the pilot disembarked, the captain increased the ship speed. Never mind the traffic inside the separation scheme. So this caused a big problem. If there was another vessel approach, right now we can see on the picture, our ship is 7.5 knots only, and we have one collision stick, a shorter one, and the vessel inside the traffic separation scheme have fast speed than us. So what we should do? Shall we increase speed to cross the channel as soon as possible? Every vessel coming from the east were on our port side, so they should give way to us. So does this qualify us to increase speed as we like? We don't know. But what happens if the original speed have no collision, and if you increase the speed, cause the collisions happen? Then you may be leaving no time for the westbound vessel to evaluate the situation. We can see right now at the 56 minutes, the vessel is 7.4 knots. So if we keep on this speed, the vessel from the east, from our port side, came passing our ship's head. So even if the pilot maybe just disembarked, we can still waiting for 3 minutes. Only 3 minutes, don't increase the speed, then everything will be okay. But what if we increase the speed? Then what will happen? Nobody knows. We have to take a chance. So the first mistake is we cannot read our collision stick. This stick, if it's increased by 1 minute, 3 knots, then we were causing a big problem. Imaginations, 3 knots in 1 minute can go in how long a distance? Collision happened at the midnight and 30 seconds later. So it's 4 minutes away. If we increase 3 knots speed, in 4 minutes, how many distance it can cover? It's 2 cables, about 360 meters, like our ship's length. So, if we staying behind, then you will be no problem, because we stick ours stick ahead. So we have the collision risk with the westbound vessel. So we will take out the 1 minute before picture and merge with our current speed. By these two pictures merged together, we can see what's the difference if you increase the speed. This is the picture you should keep in mind. The original 7-point knots is safe, but you increase, so the two vessels arriving the collision point at the same time, causing this collision. So if we don't increase speed, everything should be okay. And what happened to this westbound tanker vessel, which should be the giveaway vessel if there was something big coming out? She had reduced speed from 15 knots to 14.3 knots. But the speed reduction is not so quickly, because he's a round vessel, a heavy loaded, maybe in plus, I think, because he's going to the Persian Gulf. Even if he slowed down the vessel, but it's too late. He should approaching the danger site with a controllable speed. That is maneuvering speed. Maybe this is the captain's habit. Just stand by the engine, don't reduce the speed. And they have safely passed the Singapore Eastern Pilot Boarding Ground. Now maybe in the Southern Pilot Boarding Ground, they have one outbound vessel. Originally should be okay, but right now the outbound vessel have increased speed. So what we can see from these two collision sticks, that is the red one, the outbound container vessel, course 134 degree, have taken the lead, because his stick already passing the collision point earlier than the tanker vessel. This is a pre-announcement of what? Anything happen with collision, there will be one man suffering. That is the container vessel, Alexandra, not the tanker vessel. So who passing the collision point earlier maybe suffer more serious damage than other vessel. So this is remind of us, don't take the lead. So for the VLCC, the right decision should be alter course a little bit to avoid the container vessel, or sailing around his stern is not necessary, because what we have to avoid is to avoid the collision area. So if the vessel can alter course to a starboard side, for how many degrees is decided by the two vessels' distance. If the two vessels' distance is 4 nautical miles, the tanker vessel need to alter course only 5 degrees. But if two vessels was 1 nautical mile away, the tanker vessel have to alter course 20 degrees to avoid the collision area. Okay, let's take a look how many degrees the tanker vessel have to alter course. Right now, the relative bearing of the container vessel is about 275 degrees, and the tanker is heading 249 degrees. It's about 25 degrees to starboard side. That's what I say. These two vessels is about 1 nautical miles away, and we only have to alter course 20 degrees to avoid the collision. But actually, this tanker vessel did not take any action. So for the container vessel, what option he have right now? He maybe have no more speed to increase, because we all know the ship speed increase from the half ahead to full ahead. Usually slower, need to 3 or 4 minutes to steady on the new speed. So the container vessel have no more speed to increase. Even if he tried, he still very slowly process. So what about sea alter course to starboard side? Then how many degrees he have to avoid? It's almost an impossible move. This is 2 minutes before the collision. Any speed reduction or course altering may be kind of too late, unless you use hard rubber turning for the tanker vessel to making the course change. Reduced speed usually is not a very good option, because you still going to the collision point. That's not avoidable. So this is 1 minute before the collision, and we can see the yellow circle is what we call the collision point. Right now, with 1 minute running from 12 knots, is about how many distance? Is 2 cable, 370 meters. Just exactly what the ship's length is. So the collision will happen after 1 minute. Hit the Alexandra stern. And for this tanker vessel seems still far away from the collision circle. But this is the AIS signal. Maybe have some error in the representation, because actually collision is happened and hitting the container vessel's port quarter. Say the tanker vessel have to alter course 20 degrees to avoid the collision area at 1 nautical mile. Here, if the tanker have changed course only 10 degrees, maybe it's enough to clear of the container vessel's port quarter. That's the container vessel rush into the danger, and the tanker vessel staying lazy or staying slowly into the danger. So this is not effective avoid action. The effective action is to avoid the collision hotspot. That's what we saw on the yellow circle is. In the open sea, we avoid the collision by going around other vessels astern. But in this congested area, we need only to avoid the collision area, which is these yellow circles. If you alter course to avoid these circles, you avoid from the collision risk. Where our heading is decide does we go into dangers with it. So change your heading, you change your risk of collision.